So in this video, I'm going to fill up my new heavy bag with a mix of building sand, that's a 25 kilo bag, and old rags, 20 kilos worth of old rags from my old heavy bag. So strips of cloth like this, pretty much. And how I'm going to do this is I'm going to separate the sand into many smaller bags in click seal food bags. So I don't know how many it will take, but I'm going to try and make as many as possible so that I can put in layers of rags in the bag, and a bag of sand, a layer of rags, a bag of sand, layer of rags, and try to get it all the way from the bottom to the top. This is a 20 kilo bag. I personally am 185 centimeters. 185 centimeters and 95 kilos, and I bust this bag way too quickly. It's a Lonsdale bag, and the straps just ripped off. Basically, these two are still hanging on. Well, two out of four still on, and it bust open. It seems, as you can see, I wrapped it up in duct tape to try and first the bag split. I wrapped it up in duct tape, and then the straps ripped off. So this bag is dead. But it came pre-filled with the rags, so I'm going to recycle those. This bag cost me 25 quid off Amazon. Don't know what it's worth yet. I mean, 25 quid. Well, we'll see how long it lasts. I might wrap it up in duct tape. Probably not. Anyway, it says that the maximum holding capacity is 100 pounds. So that's roughly 45 kilos. So 20 kilos of rags plus 25 kilos of sand, that hits the 45 mark. What I'm just hoping for is that the bag is full from top to bottom. What I do not want is to have a bag that is, very dense and compact at the bottom and very loose at the top. That's bad. So it all lies in me properly distributing the sand into these little click seal bags. Let's see how that goes. Now the first step to filling the bag is to create these little pouches of sand. Now this is building sand, which is a little moist. As you can tell from the texture here, it's not the same as super dry play pit sand that you might buy for your children. So I don't have any to compare actually, so I don't know what would be best, the moist building sand or the super dry sand. I imagine the super dry sand, and the reason why I think it might be better is because when you put this sand into the bag, you try to get out any air bubbles, make it as smooth as possible. You don't want any bubbles of air, because that might, I expect the more air bubbles there are, the more likely it is to burst as you're beating the bag, because remember, it's a heavy bag, we're going to beat the crap out of it. And I think that with dry sand, it might be easier for you to pat this down. Anyway, this took me roughly 3 scoops of this, and I have nothing to measure, so I'm just kind of like, I've got 40 of these in total. I'm hoping that 40 will be enough to put all that in. I might have to increase the size of the bag as I go on. But yeah, the whole point, essentially what I'm going to do is just seal this bag, get some duct tape, and duct tape around the edges, or certainly at least this edge, and possibly these edges as well. Right, here's one bag done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through all 40 bags, just take each bag, take a scoop, dash it in the bag, and just line them up until all 40 bags are full, all 40 Ziploc bags are full, and then afterwards, if there's still sand left, just go one by one, another scoop per bag. And if there's still sand left, do it again. Basically keep going until there's no more sand left. Then I'll seal them up and start the duct taping. By the way, I still have to duct tape around the edges here, because I don't know, better safe than sorry, you know what I'm saying? Right, nearly done. So just to show you the process, pick up empty bag, just grab a random amount of sand, dump it in the bag, done. Right, again, get a little bag, put the phone down 1 second. Now, random amount of sand. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter at all. Into the bag. Done. Let's do that. About, I think that's 23, 24 bags so far. Nearly done. Alright, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how quick, at least how quick it is to get a bag from that state to that state, which is flat and sealed. So it's very simple. I need my two hands. I'm going to put the camera down for this. Just prop it up here. Hope you can. Oh no, that's not good. Look. Prop it up here. Is it props? What can you tell me? Now what can you see there? Yeah? Good. First things first. Start sealing the bag halfway. And if you get a proper Ziploc with the zips, that's much easier than this rubbish. Halfway zipped, and you want to do it first because you don't want the sand to get trapped and start making a nuisance of itself. Then you lay it flat on its side, tug the edges a little to shake it out, and then just beat it down, pat it down, whatever, to make it flat. Once it's flat, then you just squeeze, or push the air out, and then finish zipping the Ziploc. So it should look like a big brown pancake, basically. Done. And just do that over and over again until you got all these in the same state. Now all the bags have been flattened out. One thing that's interesting to note is, alright, so this has been proper ziplocked, right? I've closed it. If I just throw it up in the air and let it fall down, and I pick it up again, so you see it's all scattered and moved around. The reason why I'm doing this is to kind of give you an idea of what's going to happen to these bags after they've been put into the punching bag. You're going to kick them, beat them up. They're not going to stay flat forever. The reason why we're making them flat now, though, is so that afterwards it's a little easier to put them in. See, not flat anymore. Still flat in the back again before putting it into the bag. But anyway, now with the sand being ready to go, we're going to start with putting some rags in. First rags, and then afterwards sand, rags, sand, rags, sand, rags. Right, so this is the bag standing up, and right now it's pretty empty. You can see the quality of the bag. This is the vinyl, and inside not much protection, just so you can see. Alright, this is my chest here, and my solar plexus here, so it's about that height. And yeah, let's start with getting some rags. Get some rags, get a big handful, and then just dash it straight in. Pretty much, maybe get, let's see how many bags I've got. I think I've got 27 bags, and that was just one handful. So let's say 2 handfuls and a bag of sand, and see how we go. So, with the help of my lovely wife, I managed to get this all filled up, pretty much to the top. It's not quite brimming all to the top. She did help me step on it to kind of fill it in. But yeah, this is pretty much how it looks right now. Just need to hang it up, give it a bit of a beating, and see how it feels. As you can see, strips of cloth, sand, and cloth, sand, all the way to the bottom. Right, so after taking the bag off the chain, I open it again to see how much it went down, and just from those few kicks, you see I already gained quite a bit of depth there. So I expect it's gonna keep going further down till, I don't know, probably there when I've already finished beating it up properly. Maybe even a bit lower. So either I'll fill up again with more rags, although that might make it too heavy and more likely to burst at the seams, or I'll just leave it as is. Definitely need to raise it higher. I definitely can't leave it hanging off that single hook, because it's dead in the center of that beam of wood, and I don't think that was designed for boxing bags. So but yeah, I guess overall so far so good. And yeah, just need to find a new way to hang it up that won't bring the whole house down, haha, so to speak.